What made you lose respect for someone? The popular girl pulled a joke on a special needs kid in middle school. The kid was obsessed with Justin Bieber and had autism and OCD. Popular girl finds a voice changer app, downloads it and calls special needs kid with a Justin Bieber voice from the app. They chat and the kid gets so excited she screams, "Here's my address, plus come and have sex with me," and then gives her real address. Another girl went into the bathroom where popular girl was making the call, storms back and tells everyone. Popular girl got suspended for 2 weeks and she became the most unpopular kid in the entire school. That girl and the special needs kid got together in high school and got married, if you're interested in what happened to them. When I told my mother that my father was abusing me, and she did nothing, because she wanted a normal family. The first memory I have is of my mother beating me in my bed. I'm 41 now and she's homeless, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to her in 20 years and she hasn't bothered to contact me. Also, she stole a fund my grandfather set up for me that was $300,000 and wasted it on exotic birds and horses, then lost everything. A co-worker of mine, who is a bit grumpy and senile, so I held little respect for him in the first place, physically attacked another co-worker in broad daylight in the office, all because the other co-worker accidentally tossed something of value into the trash because he didn't know what it meant. I understand getting upset over it and asking for an apology or money, but attacking his co-worker made me lose all respect for him. A young lady who worked as my team lead for a while lost my respect. She was dating a young man from one of the other teams who is a wholly great person, kind-hearted and smart. But then she broke up with him to go be with another team lead when she changed shifts. This guy, putting it lightly, is a trash human. Racist, bigoted, disrespectful to his superiors, prideful. I could go on. Beyond just the leaving someone for a horrible human being, she also began to emulate the man she is with, spouting intolerant nonsense and being just as disrespectful to her co-workers. And to top it all off, she got engaged to this disgusting man. I have no respect in my heart for her. She has so much potential in life, but doesn't respect herself. Her boyfriend threw his fast food trash out the car window when he was finished eating. My best friend was doing a lot of hallucinogens for a period of time, which I had no problem with as I used to enjoy them as well, but when he was bugged out of his mind he perceived things differently than they actually were and would spread false rumors about me to our other friends when he was sober. This led to damaged relationships with them. I used to be expected at all gatherings and it got to the point where my girlfriend and I were never even invited, even after trying to explain the situation. I've managed to rebuild those relationships, but they still take his word over mine. Pretty frustrating, and it put me in a dark place for a while. I recently met my friend's grandfather. It was my friend's birthday, so there were balloons everywhere. The kids were pretending they were pregnant. I said, if only pregnancy was that easy. My friend's grandfather pipes up and says, what's so hard about pregnancy? When he groomed a 6th grader when we are seniors. When they talk shit about their so-called friends. An ex-friend would say some horrible shit and make fun of this person, someone she had known for decades. I thought, if you're saying this about her, what are you saying about me? When my family all talked shot on me for my opinions on health. This happened back in 2018. I had a friend I made back in 2012, I think, a good while back. We were really good friends, used to hang out all the time, literally would make jokes about how gay we were, but it was just platonic. As time went on, he was doing more of his own thing and I was doing mine. We would still keep in contact. After a while he hit me up saying that he got kicked out of his house because he gave his younger sister weed and she ended up giving it to her friends and she got suspended from her expensive private school. I was in a tight living situation and someone who is basically my brother was already staying with us. I tried to tell him I couldn't much, but he was kept hitting me saying he was couch surfing, so I talked to my mom and we took him in. We ended up moving to Vegas afterwards and it was just a shit show in general, but he didn't make things better. He constantly complained about everything and anything he didn't like, loudly sighed when he had to do dishes, got high and ended up leaving food on the counter or in his room or on the counter of our shared bathroom. When I first got my medical rec, he had a coupon that would have made it so much cheaper for me, and he just didn't give it to me even though my homie pressed him about it. He would just take the fun out of everything, like if we'd go out to play Pokemon Go and he would call me and my friend obnoxious for yelling out the window while some guy was playing the Pokemon theme song. From being a music elitist, or just an elitist over anything in general, he was just insufferable, alongside abusing my dog because he didn't like him. After a while living in my house, he was sleeping in the same bed as my mother, which I talked to her about afterwards. Turns out they had a secret relationship. After that, during my breakup with my girlfriend and us moving into a new apartment together, all three of us, he decides to get with her, fuck around with her while I'm at work, pretend like nothing is happening, lie about it and break the lease and move in with her in her mom's house. We never spoke after that and he blocked me on everything. Female praying mantises have a habit of killing and eating their partners during sex, which sucks for the male. The female typically begins by biting off her partner's head, and she works down from there. Incredibly, this comprises about 63% of the female's diet during the mating season. Why female praying mantises devour their partners during being out in public with them and seeing them treat service industry workers badly. When my dad molested me. Over the span of quarantine, my mom has been going insane with conspiracy theories. She believes in lizard people, time travelers, rigged elections and everything in between. It's hard to not tell her she's fucking stupid for all of it. For reference, I'm 15 and by this age my grandparents basically stopped parenting her. If she ever gives me a ride to school due to rain or anything like that, she'll try to brainwash me with her stupid shit. Only when we're alone will she start ranting about how I need to become a free-thinking individual. One morning, it's raining, so she starts the car and drives me to school. Here's what the conversation sounded like. Do you eat lunch at school? No. Most of the food they have is terrible and I don't want to take my mask off. You know the government has told us that it's fine to not wear them anymore. Well, the school district tells us to, so I will. It's just the rules. You really need to start thinking for yourself. It's fine to have your own opinion. I do have my own opinion, you just don't agree with it. If the school tells me I have to do something, I will only because it's the rules. You know who else blindly followed the word of the government? I'm thinking in my head, don't you fucking dare, because I know exactly what she's about to say. The juice. They followed the rules and look how they ended up. Yeah, she compared me following the rules laid out by the school district to the fucking Holocaust. And the fact that she only tries to tell me this stuff while we're alone just doesn't sit well, especially for my age. With every day that passes, my political compass seems to drift further from hers. My father. He isn't an idiot or bad human being by any means. But when he forces his thoughts and beliefs onto everyone else, I don't see him as the man I once thought I knew. Don't expect your children to be an exact copy of you. They have a brain of their own and can have thoughts that might not align with yours. Respect the difference. Using her now ex-boyfriend to be her mouthpiece, in a group chat she set up, to berate us, myself and two other good friends, for not giving her enough attention. Made me toss an almost 10-year friendship right out the window. Racism. Seeing what selfish assholes some people have been during the pandemic. Definitely spared me finding out sometime in the future what inconsiderate ding-dongs they really are. I had this one, who I thought was a friend, abandon our group for who knows what. The reason she gave: we were toxic people. More specifically, me. But I'm wondering how. When she had to move, twice, I was there to drive the house over. I was there when she needed rides anywhere, especially to a faraway hospital to see her grandmother at an ungodly hour, even was there to be the lending ear to her issues about her current girlfriend at the time. She made promises she hasn't kept, forgets about specific times she set up, and still owes me money to this day, nearly 3 years later. I never pushed about that because I consider it rude to ask about monetary issues. And just suddenly she's blocked nearly everyone phone-wise and social media. If there was a problem, I would have fixed it. Add insult to injury, I had to learn this from a friend she was still okay with. Bridges have been burned majorly. I stuck my neck out for her when people were being shitty. She messaged me to thank me, and then threw me under the bus in group chat while kissing up to the people who had started it. I've never lost respect so fast for someone before or since.